The mayor of Inglewood, James T. Butts. Mayor Butts, a very pleasant Monday to you.
Good Monday to you too, Fred.
What did I tell you 2 weeks ago? What did I tell you?
I told you that it had been ugly.
Okay, well, I told you it was going to get uglier, didn't I?
You did. You've been right all along.
Okay. So, a number of questions about this. First, your initial reaction when you saw that report.
The purported threat assessment, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Because I saw the entire report. First of all, to say that a 14-page report on such a complex issue is a professional threat assessment is ridiculous. This is what you would expect from a freshman in a high school being given a task to complete a threat assessment and use Google to do it. It was silly. Now, let's go to the fact that it's the former Secretary of Homeland Security to take a purported threat assessment document and leak it through a press relations firm and go into hiding. It's the most contemptible thing I've ever heard of.
Are you telling me you know how this leaked out?
I read it in the Times. They said they got it from a press relations firm, and that Tom Ridge wouldn't comment.
And don't you think it's safe to say that there was some behind-the-scenes wrangling that enabled the press relations firm to release it?
Look, I don't know what happened. I know it was commissioned by a competitor of our project, and that it was released, according to the Times, through a press relations firm, and that when they wanted to contact him for comment, he wasn't available.
And we placed a call into them today, did we not, Adam? Did we not? Okay, and we did not get a call back from him either. Did you see this report before it was released publicly?
No, I did not. And even worse, I didn't even get a call from the L.A. Times, and they know that I spent over 4 years in charge of Homeland Security, public safety, and security for the entire world airport system. And in that position, I had a secret clearance from the FBI, and I was privy to a number of threat assessments regarding the airport. And never was a football stadium, Hollywood racetrack, or the Forum mentioned as part of the targets that would accentuate danger to the airport.
Mayor James T. Butts, Inglewood, with us here on the Beast 980. Okay, Mayor. So now let's dig a little deeper if we can, because you understand the dirty world of politics. Who benefits from this being released? Who's the winner? And we know it was a shot fired at you. And by the way, as you said, contemptible, I didn't use that word at the top of the show, but I basically said the same thing. When you are preying on people's fears, that is contemptible.
Well, look, part of the objective of terrorism is to engage in unilateral warfare, meaning you can't fight an enemy on the field of war because you don't have sufficient armament or forces. And so you engage in acts where you can succeed unilaterally. And so one of the main objectives of terrorism is to impact the economy of our country. It's to get people not to go and spend, take airplane flights, not recreate as they would, and hurt the economy. And that's unilateral war in that way. Well, by releasing this, first of all, a professional never releases a threat assessment because if it's wrong or if it's right, it encourages lone wolf behavior. So it's just unprofessional thing to do. So I can't imagine what I can't imagine. It was meant to hurt us. It was meant to make people frighten the public and prevent the construction of a stadium in Inglewood. And let me tell you something, it won't succeed. And in the end, it will benefit us because I think everyone sees clearly what a cowardly act this was.
Mayor Butts, I have to tell you, and I don't know. No, first of all, I do know, but I don't know if you'll tell me. There's more to this. There's more to this, and I've just got to figure out who benefits from this being leaked. And by the way, I don't think it's AEG. I think they look bad here, Mayor. Now, they may have commissioned the study. They may have had the intention or possibly did share it with the NFL. Maybe. We don't know. We don't know that. But I don't think they were the ones. I think somebody benefits from this attacking you. And I want to know who benefits, and I don't think it's AEG.
Well, you're going to have to help me with that because, first of all, I can't understand how anyone would frighten the public for an economic benefit or to try to damage our project. Because they've already tried to damage me by trying to insinuate that I have some economic benefit from working to make sure the greatest stadium deal in the history of stadium deals happens here in Inglewood as opposed to someplace else. Somehow, that's not something that I should want to do. So I accept that. That's politics.
Fair? But is it not fair?
Of course it's not fair.
But as the mayor of Inglewood, is it not fair to say that's your responsibility to serve your constituents?
Hey, they should vote me out of office if I don't do everything I can to make this happen for the jobs, for the economic benefits, for the prestige and pride for this community. They should vote me out of office if I don't fight to the last breath to try and make this happen.
But you said it's politics.
Look, part of it's politics, but this is going too far. If this was a real threat assessment, the first 40, 50 pages would be a comparison of other football stadiums that are in near proximity to airports, like Levi Stadium and San Jose Airport. And they would have been able to show you that, one, there has never been an act of terrorism by flying an aircraft into a stadium of any type. Two, that it'll probably show there's not even any intelligence chatter about targeting a football stadium because it was in proximity to an airport. And so that would have been the first predicate for this report. Then it would have gone into analysis. If you read this 14-page high school term paper, you'll see that there is no data to substantiate the recommendations and the you'll have blood on your hand type of statements that were put in purportedly by Tom Ridge. It was just outrageous.
It's going to get worse, Mayor. I'm telling you.
I'll take your word for it.
You know what? This one was bad, and I bet you in the big picture, it ain't nothing compared to what's coming.
I couldn't argue with you, Fred. But eventually, I believe the weight of social gravity through your business and through the community will hold everyone involved accountable. This should never have been a front-page story in the LA Times. It never should have.
And they didn't contact you initially?
No, sir.
But for you, it's full speed ahead, correct?
It's always going to be full speed ahead, Fred.
Okay. Mayor, I appreciate you coming on, and we always want to give you the opportunity because, and I'll say it publicly, you've always been a straight shooter. We've asked you questions, you've answered the questions, and everything you've said has happened, and right or wrong, everything I've said has happened too.
Yeah, right. Unfortunately, everything you've said has happened, Fred.
All right, well, I can tell you this. I'm sure this won't be the first time we chat this week. It's only Monday.
All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.
Okay, Mayor.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. There goes the mayor of Inglewood, James T. Butts.